Hello, today we are still on right triangle trigonometry. Oops, sorry. And so our assignment today is this one right here, trigonometry ratios, identifying side ratios. So click on that. Okay, so this is what we're doing today. So remember, make sure, this is very important to read this. Make sure you take that and if you need to translate it, make sure you do that. Go over here. Okay, translate. Control V, if you want to do Ukrainian, if you want to do Persian, okay? It's very important to understand what we're doing yesterday, what we did before, and what we're doing today. So yesterday, I had you look at this site over here, okay? It was SOHCAHTOA. That's what we looked at yesterday, and the assignment was about this. So the things to remember are the way to the sides are related to trigonometry, sine, cosine, and tangent is sine is equal to this. So that's a thing. And there's a saying that ka, oops, and then oops, ka, and then toa. Those are the three things. So the first letter stands for the trigonometric function. Sine, S for sine, C for cosine, T for tangent. Okay, and then the other ones, the sine or so, this one here, the next two letters stand for the sides. The second letter is always the top letter. Third letter is the other, is what you divide it by. Okay, so it's very important that you understand. We did a review of this, but it's very important that you understand how to identify the opposite, adjacent, and the hypotenuse. Again, remember, the hypotenuse is always opposite this. This is the 90, so it's always opposite that. That's the easiest there. Now, the other two are the legs, right? So one of these is going to be the opposite. Well, the opposite refers to this angle here. So wherever you see an angle, the one that's across from it is the opposite. So once you identify the hypotenuse and the opposite, there's one left. It's the adjacent, okay? Here's some more things. And again, if you want to go back to the site and review it, that's fine, okay? And here's some more information from yesterday, okay? All right. All right, good. So now that we've got that, I'm going to refer to that in the assignment. So let's go ahead and open the assignment and make sure you open it in Kami so you can make notes. So we click here, make sure you download it, and then come to Kami. You know the process, right? Okay, so here's the assignment. I'm going to do the first three questions for you, okay? So let's start with this one right here. But before we start, we want to make some notes real quick on our paper. Again, we're going to go ka, to, okay? Remember, S refers to sine. O is the side. Oops, there we go. So that means this one here, this one would be sine of the angle, okay, is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. I'm going to abbreviate. Okay, this one here is cosine of theta equals adjacent, I'm going to abbreviate, adjacent side over hypotenuse. And finally, TOA is, we'll put tangent theta equals opposite over adjacent. Okay, so I'm going to be referring to that. When you take the notes, refer to that all throughout this assignment. So let's see, how do we do the first one? Okay, so we've got this one over here. It's looking for sine, okay? It's looking for sine of x. Where's x? X is going to be right here. So that means it's going to be, this is going to be our reference angle because it's referring to x right there. So that means first thing we want to do, number one, you want to label sides. Okay, so if it's telling us x is going to be the reference angle, in other words, that's like sine right here, is like the x. That means that the opposite is opposite from here. So I go dot, 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 dot. So this is the opposite side. Hypotenuse is always opposite that, right? Dot, 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 dot. So that's the hypotenuse. And then there's only one side left. So that's going to be the adjacent, okay? So we're looking for sine x. So that means that sine x is equal to opposite, right? I'm going to right here, right? Opposite over hypotenuse. So what is the opposite? We've already identified it right here, right? So it's 24 divided by the hypotenuse, which we've already identified is 30. Okay, so there you go. That is what it is equal to. But what the problem is, none of the answers match up. So do you know what we're supposed to do when we have one fraction that we're pretty sure is correct, but it doesn't match? Well, what they've done is they've simplified it. So I'm going to show you two ways to simplify. If you're pretty good with math, you can do it. So let me go to a new sheet of paper. Okay, we're going to simplify these a fraction, okay? So one thing we can do is we can do this one divided by 2 and this one here divided by 2. We have to do both. 24 divided by 2 is 12 over 15, but that does not look like it. What do these both divide? 2, yes, 2, no. How about 3? Oh, yeah, 3 here equals 4. Divide by 3 equals 5. So that's the farthest we can do it. So that would be over here. But I'm also going to show you how to use a calculator to do it on the graphing calculators. Okay, so here's a graphing calculator. So what we're going to do is we're going to remember the beginning one was 24. So you're going to put this fraction and you go divided by 30. And you're not going to do equal. You're just going to leave it like that. And then you're going to go to math right here. Okay, math. And then you see how it's got FRAC, that's to turn it into the reduced fraction. So it's already on 1, so you just press 1 and enter. And what do you see? Right here, you see 4 over 5. So it simplifies it for you right away. So that's a good quick way to do it as well, as you can get the answer. So it's 4 out of 5 also. Okay, so it's 4 out of 5 also, right? Okay, good. Now we're going to do number 2, cosine. So what is cosine? Cosine is this one, adjacent over hypotenuse right here, right? So it's cosine A. So that means A is a reference angle. So that means A is going to be the reference theta for us, okay? So we're going to label the sides. So that means if that's the angle, the opposite is going to be right here. And this is the right angle, so it's always going to be, this is going to be the hypotenuse. And the only one left is adjacent, okay? So we're looking for cosine. So cosine, I'm going to just abbreviate. So C for cosine, same as this. So cosine A is equal to what? Is equal to A over H. Adjacent. What's adjacent is this one. So maybe I'll just write it down right now. Adjacent over hypotenuse. So that's equal to, what is the adjacent? It's 24. What's the hypotenuse? Over 30. Hey, we just did that, didn't we? It's over here. So we should know the correct answer. All right. Well, anyway, so since we already did it, we already know that it's going to be this 4 over 5. So, okay, that one's A. All right. It's not always going to be like that. It's just a coincidence, right? Okay, now let's do one more. Let's do tangent. Okay, so what's tangent? Tangent is opposite over adjacent, okay? So I'll just write that here. Tangent of x, I'm going to abbreviate t. You could also write tangent of x is equal to O opposite over adjacent, right? So first of all, it's of x, right? So that means the reference angle is right there. So this would be the opposite right here. Okay, this is the right angle. So this is the hypotenuse. So this has got to be the adjacent. Okay, so we need the opposite, which is 16. Okay, that goes there, divided by adjacent, which is 30. Okay, again, is it reduced? I don't see that it's reduced. We can use our calculator. Let's do that one more time. Or if you know how to simplify it, that's fine. It's 16 over 30, so let's go ahead and do that. Go, bye-bye. Oh, I hate when it does that. Okay, so it's going to be 16 divided by 30, and then math, and then fraction, and then enter, 8 over 15, okay? So this one's 8 over 15. Where's my problem? So that's going to be You should be able to do that in your head. Divided by 2 is equal to 8. Divided by 2, 15. Okay, so that one's B. Okay, so that's how you do this assignment. So make sure, as always, when you're done to come and put your answers here and then submit. Okay, that's it, folks.